Good afternoon, classmates. Good afternoon, Sir Marino. We are here today to present to you our report. Our report for today is entitled Self-Assessment and Introduction to Badminton. First, overview.
It is proper to start physical activity with self-assessment and self-testing activity. Self-testing will determine the readiness of the students to engage in physical activity. This session will also teach the students to be honest in conducting self-assessment. It also covers the historical development of badminton, needed equipment to play, fundamental skills needed, and basic rules of the game.
Objectives.
After successful completion on this module, students should be able to recognize their fitness ability through self-testing, enumerate the fundamental skills and basic rules in badminton, discuss briefly the historical development of this game, appreciate the evolution of badminton equipment.
Good day, everyone. The PARQ is a simple set screening tool that can be used by anyone who is planning to start an exercise program and make it stick. It is typically used by fitness trainer or coaches to terminate the safety or possible risk of exercise from an individual based on health history, current symptom, and risk factor. It also helps trainee design an ideal exercise description from a client.
Good afternoon, sir and classmates. So this is a brief history of badminton. Badminton is an interesting sport which is played by either one or two players on each side of the court. The objective of the game is to hit the shuttle so that it lands at the opponent's side of the court without the opponent's returning. When a game is played by one player on each other side, it is referred to as singles, who that of a team of two players is called doubles. The other history of badminton. The roots of the sport can be traced to ancient Greece, China, and India, and it's closely related to the old children's game battledore and shuttlecock. Badminton is derived directly from Puna, which was played by British Army officers stationed in India in the 1860s. Badminton is a racket sport that is played on a court, played with a shuttlecock, singles or doubles. The object is to hit the shuttlecock over the net. Originated in India, called Puna in India during the 18th century and British Army. In 1934, the International Badminton Federation or IBF was originated, first contested as an official Olympic sport at the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona, Spain.
Olympic Games. First, badminton was first introduced as a demonstration game to Olympic Games in 1972 in Munich. Olympic Games is also known as the Games of the Olympiad. It is a major international multi-sport event normally held on every 4 years. On year 90s, there are various sports that is played on the Olympic, just like the archery, artistic swimming, athletics, and many more. Then on 1972, badminton entered the Olympic and first introduced as a demonstration game in Munich, in West Germany. Next is, it however became an official Olympic sport during the 1992 Olympic Games, which took place in Barcelona, where the doubles and the singles disciplines were introduced. The 1972 Summer Olympics saw the inaugural staging of badminton as a demonstration sport in Munich. 2 decades later, the sport debuted in competition at 1992 Games, where 4 events were held with singles and doubles event for both men and women. 4 medals were awarded each event, including 2 bronze. Next is, the mixed doubles discipline was introduced in Atlanta Olympic Games in 1996, becoming the only mixed event in all Olympic Games. At the following games in 1996, it had 5 events with the addition of mixed doubles. It was introduced in Atlanta Olympic Game. Since 1996, there is a playoff between the 2 semi-final losers to determine the sole winner of the bronze medal. This format has continued to 2020 Olympic. Next is, first competition in the Olympic in Barcelona. Modern badminton creation is attributed to England. British Army officers learned the game about 1870. In 1873, the Duke of Beaufort introduced the sport at his country estate, badminton, from which the game deserves its name. In 1887, the Badminton Club was formed. It was replaced in 1893 by the Badminton Association of England, which codified the rules that still govern competitive play. The military personnel introduced badminton to Vancouver in the late 1890s. Next, Asian countries have dominated the sport in all major badminton events, including Olympics. The badminton scene has certainly changed in the last 15 years or so, among the Asian countries who dominated badminton in all events including the Olympics. China is by far the top performing country in the world in the badminton championships, a fact that has held true since 1977. Other than that, the most performing nations in World Badminton Championship includes Indonesia, Denmark, South Korea, and England as top 5. Next, the Asian countries has bagged almost all the medals in Olympic competition with China, Republic of Korea, and Indonesia being the dominant countries, followed by both Denmark and Great Britain. So, since inclusion in the Olympics in 1992, Asian players have won a staggering 93 out of the 103 Olympic medals. Susi Susanti, an Indonesian woman who won the women's singles in Barcelona Olympics in 1992 and became the first Indonesian medalist. Alan Budi Kusama, the future husband of Susi Susanti, also won the second gold medal for Indonesians in men's singles in Barcelona Olympics. In the 1992 Summer Olympics, Julani and Rasif Sidek were the first Malaysian Olympic medalists. An Indonesian, Mia Odina, won her first silver medal in the 1996 Olympics. Indonesia and South Korea are the only nations that have won more than 7 medals.
The 10 rules of badminton. First is a game start with a coin toss. Second, at no time during the game should the player touch the net with his racket or his body. Third, the shuttlecock should not be carried on or come to rest on the racket. 4. A player should not reach over the net to hit the shuttlecock. 5. A serve must carry cross court diagonally to be valid. 6. During the serve, a player should not touch any of the lines of the court until the server strike and the shuttlecock. During the serve, the shuttlecock should always be hit from below the waist. 7. A point is added to a player's score as and when the wins rally. 8. A player wins a rally when he strikes the shuttlecock and it's touch the floor of the opponent's side of the court or when the opponent commits a fault. 9. Each side can strike the shuttlecock only once before it passes over the net. Once hit, a player can strike the shuttlecock in a new movement or shot. 10. The shuttlecock hitting the ceiling is counted as a fault. In the 10 rules of badminton is the first step towards getting into the game. Besides, this is a good idea to get to know more about the equipment law which govern the equipment can be used, the design of the racket, the weight and shape of the shuttlecock for correct speed. Surprisingly, there is no rule for the minimum height of the ceiling, but nevertheless, a low ceiling would be problematic. Singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. You can have either 2 or 4 players on the badminton court, 1 player on each side, or a team of 2 players on each side. Once again, 1 is called singles, 2 against 2 is called doubles. In doubles, either player can hit the shuttle. You do not have to take it turns. The only exception are the first 2 shots of the rally. I explained this when I discussed serving. In total, there are 5 types of badminton. First is men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles, mixed doubles. In men's doubles and women's doubles are also called level doubles. These are the only types of badminton played in serious tournaments. In casual play, however, women sometimes play against men and women. Shuttlecock is also called as birdie. It's a sports equipment which is used for playing a badminton game. Shuttlecock is thrown on the opponent half of the field through the use of badminton racket. A badminton racket, a light long-handled racket used by badminton players. Badminton racket, battledore. Badminton, a game played on a court with light long-handled racket used to volley a shuttlecock over a net. The badminton court is 13.4 m long and 6.1 m wide. For singles, the court is marked 5.18 m wide. The lines marking out of the court are easily distinguishable and colored white or yellow. The lines are 40 mm wide. A court may be marked out by singles only. The back boundary lines are also become the long service line, and the posts of the stripe of material representing them are placed on the sidelines. The net is 760 mm in depth and a minimum of 6.1 m wide. The top of the net from the surface of the court is 1.524 m at the center of the court and 1.55 m over the sidelines of the doubles. There must be no gaps between the ends of the net and the post. If necessary, the full depth of the net at the ends is tied to the post.
So here's the brief explanation why warm-up is a must and why warm-up is needed before playing badminton and playing games. So correct warm-up exercise can decrease muscle tension, reduce injury risk, and increase player performance by increasing blood flow to the muscles. Pre-game is an important time for team morale. Encouraging positive energy between players and casually discussing the game ahead can prime the team for the coming match. 5 reasons why warm-up exercises are important. They help to increase body and muscle temperature. You'll reduce your risk of injury. They can help you to mentally prepare. You'll increase your flexibility, which will help with other exercise. You'll be ready to tackle the heavy duty or heavy games. Putting your body through a brief warm-up will do more than just supply your muscle with blood and oxygen. It also warm your muscle up and allow you to stretch them out prior to your game.
Stretching. When engaging in any exercise or sport, you must warm up properly to prepare your body for exercise and avoid injuries. A proper warm-up increases flexibility and blood flow to a given area, which limits the chance of a muscle pull and joint pain. Warming up also prepares your muscle to stretch during the exercises. A good warm-up before a workout dilates your blood vessels, ensuring that your muscles are well supplied with oxygen. Next, it is just as important to cool down after practice to help your body recover more quickly. Same as warm up, cooling down after a certain activity is also important. It allows body for a gradual recovery of pre-exercise heart rate and blood pressure. Cooling down may be most important for competitive endurance athletes, such as marathoners, because it helps regulate blood flow. Last is, both warm-up and cool-down sessions should be combined with stretching exercises to increase muscle suppleness. Injuries happens when there is uncertain problems with our muscles. This may happen because our body should practice movements before going to the field. That's why stretching is essential before doing an exercise or sport. It keeps the muscle flexible, story, and healthy. Without it, the muscles shorten and become tight. Then when you call on the muscles for activity, they are weak and unable to extend all the way. That's why having warm up and cooling down is important in every exercise or sport.
Marching in place is a great way to get your heart rate without putting a lot of strain on your joints. This is a low-impact cardio move that warms up the muscles and prepares the body for more strenuous exercise.
Jumping jack, also known as a star jump and called a side straddle hop in the US military, is a physical jumping exercise performed by jumping to a position with the legs spread wide and the hands going overhead, sometimes in clap, and returning to a position with the feet together and the arms at the sides.
Exercise for today is walking jack side to side. All you need is some free space. This move is intended to warm you up and be used for a cardio exercise in place of actual jumping jacks. Begin this exercise by standing tall, holding your chest high, and engaging your core for balance and strength. Start by stepping out wide to side.
Shoulder shrug are popular choice of exercise for strengthening your shoulder muscles and upper arms too. Shoulder shrug can be done everywhere and only take a few minutes. Even better, shoulder shrug are performed most of fitness level and can be modified from different level of strength.
Leg swing create pumping mechanism that can move fluid in and out of your joints while stimulating blood flows to the surrounding tissue to improve not just flexibility of the joint capsule.
Bodyweight squats. Not only will squats shape your quads, hamstring, and glutes, they also help your balance and mobility and increase your strength.
Hip rotation is the twisted movement of your thigh inward of your hip joint. If you try this while standing, your foot should also turn so that your toes are pointed toward the rest of your body. You use your hip in rotation to walk, run, squat, scratch, and crawl.
Standard tall with feet at hip width. Keeping your hands in front of your stomach, pull your right knee up until it is parallel with the floor, then pull the knee out, opening up the hip, return to the start position and repeat on the other side.
Lunges. Lunges can refer to any position of the human body where one leg is positioned forward with knee bent and put flat on the ground while the other leg is positioned behind.
Toe touches. During the toe touches, with which you extend your hands straight up in the air and tighten the lower abdominals or transverse abdominals. They will keep you stable as you perform the lifting of the upper body at the same time. You will be lifting up toward your toes, practicing the flexion of the upper body.